Hi everyone, we are happy to introduce this YouTube tutorial channel in the name of SVU Academy of Computer Science with the faculty Professor M. Padmavathamma, Mr. G. Narayana and Dr. T. Sandhya. We are happy to extend our heartfelt thanks for the students, namely D. Balchandar, T. Sasibharat, S.K. Sharif, or Subbaraidu and T. Vignesh of our Department of Computer Science. Coming to the tutorial, we are starting this YouTube channel to explore our knowledge and teaching skills to make the students and viewers to understand and apply the different cryptographic techniques, particularly their applications. Coming to this tutorial, we are concentrating on one of the ancient cryptographic classification substitution technique, Playfair Cipher, in detail. After completion of this video, the viewers are able to understand what is Playfair Cipher. The viewers can understand the procedure with what the Playfair Cipher can be encrypted. Similarly, how the decryption procedure can be implemented. They are also able to apply the encryption technique of Playfair Cipher for any given text. And last not but least, the viewers are able to utilize or understand the developed app or program for encryption or decryption using Playfair Cipher for the given text, who extended their profound assistance to make this video. Coming to the Playfair Cipher, we will start with the basic idea of cryptography. Cryptography deals with different encryption and decryption techniques, which are very essential in nowadays for network security. Basically, cryptographic techniques are divided into two types, namely classical encryption techniques and modern encryption techniques. Classical encryption techniques are again subdivided into two types, substitution techniques and transposition techniques. There are many substitution techniques. Among them, few of them are mentioned here, like Caesar cipher, monoalphabetic cipher, one-time pad, polyalphabetic cipher, and Playfair cipher. Whereas transposition techniques are rail fence, row column transposition. And we discuss about modern techniques in the next video. Now, coming into details of the Playfair cipher, it was invented during 1854 by Charles Whitson, but he named this cipher after his friend Playfair. So, the name of the cipher developed by Whitson named as Playfair cipher. So, this is the basic idea about the Playfair cipher. Coming to the importance of Playfair cipher, there is some specialty among the substitution techniques. So, any substitution cryptographic technique deals with the encryption of an alphabet at a time, whereas Playfair deals with the encryption of multi-letters, particularly 2 letters at a time. Now we will understand what are the step-by-step procedures of Playfair cipher. The first step in utilization of Playfair cipher is we have to create a table. So how we have to create a table is we have to create a 5 by 5 matrix of alphabets. As we know very well, alphabets are 26 in number from A to Z, but 5 by 5 matrix contains only 25 cells. So all these letters must be accommodated in the cells. Here, the technique of the frequencies of I and J are utilized. As the frequency of I is very high and J is very low, both I and J are placed in the same cell. So this is the criteria developed at the time of creation of the table by the Whitson himself. Second step deals with creation or choosing a keyword. So any keyword can be chosen. It is the understanding between the sender and the receiver who come to understand or utilize the Playfair cipher with a keyword. So here we have to understood that whoever commit to an agreement for sending or receiving the secret information using the Playfair cipher. So they have to create a table and they have to choose a keyword which is known to both the sender and receiver only, no one else. It will be revealed. Next, after choosing the keyword, the first cells of the matrix 5 by 5 matrix filled with the keyword. So with reference to this, we have chosen keyword as monarchy. The first 8 cells are filled with the monarchy. There should not be any repetition of letters. After completion of filling of the keyword, the remaining letters of the alphabets, excluding letters in the keyword, will be filled in the other cells of the matrix. So this is the basic preparation required for any encryption or decryption procedure using Playfair cipher. After that, we will take the text to be encrypted using Playfair cipher. So what are the preparations required to make the plain text for encryption is, as we already discussed, Playfair cipher deals with encryption or decryption of 2 letters at a time. So the whole plain text must be splitted into pairs of letters. Of course, this is also called as digraph. So if the 2 letters, here there is one more problem is there. As it is to be encrypted with reference to the matrix, there is no scope for the same letters for encryption. In this scenario, another rule was framed. That is, if 2 letters are the same letters like LL, so if they fall into the same digraph, it is not possible to encrypt. So here a filler letter, generally X is used as filler letter, is kept between both the letters L and L. So now the encryption is done for LX, and for the other L it will be matched with the other letters in the plain text. If there are, and one more thing is, as we have to encrypt 2 letters at a time, next verification we have to see is, after partitioning into 2 letters and after filling the filler letter, if there are same letters, another thing we have to take care of is whether there are even number of letters or not. If there are odd number of letters, then we have to add a filler letter at the end of the plain text also. Now, coming to the rules for encryption of the plain text, there are 3 rules with reference to encryption of Playfair cipher, which is based on the table 5 by 5 table or 5 by 5 matrix what we have generated with the key of understanding between the sender and the receiver. If after partitioning the letters of the plain text, if both letters fall in the same row, replace each letter with a letter to its right side letter is the first rule. If the both letters, that is the 2 letters which comes as a pair, if the pair of letters are in the same row, each letter's right letter will be the encryption value of that particular letter. If both paired letters fall in the same column, then each letter will be replaced with the letter below it. That replaced letter will be the ciphertext. So if the other case is, if the 2 paired letters are neither in the same row nor in the same column, means that they fall in 2 different row and different columns. Then what we have to make is, we have to form a rectangle combining the 2 letters with reference to the 5 by 5 matrix, and we have to replace, or we have to get the ciphertext of each letter is the opposite letter in the same row of the concerned pair of letters. So these are the rules with reference to plain text encryption using Playfair cipher. Coming to the decryption procedure with Playfair cipher, the first step is, again we have to go for creation of the table, but here the condition is, whatever be the table used for encryption, the same table must be utilized for decryption also. And there is no change with reference to keyword also. It is the common keyword for both sender and receiver and both for encryption and decryption. Next, coming to the preparation of the ciphertext, here there is no need for special preparation. Whatever be the ciphertext, after preparation of the plain text for encryption, now we have received the ciphertext. It will be definitely even in number as we have already added. So, only thing what we have to do is the ciphertext must be splitted into pairs of letters. Here no filler letter required. Coming to the rules for decryption of the ciphertext in Playfair Cipher is almost with reference to row and column procedures, it is opposite process. That is, if both letters, that is pair letters, fall in the same row, we have to replace each letter with a letter to its left. In the encryption, we replace with the right letter. Now we are going back to the left letter. Similarly, if both the letters fall in the same column, we replace each letter in the letter with the letter which is above the letter. So whereas in the encryption, we go to the downwards. In the decryption, we go to the upwards. Otherwise, neither fall in the same row nor fall in the same column. Again here we have to make a rectangle and opposite letter will automatically. Of course, this third rule is same both for encryption procedure and decryption procedure. But the opposite letters will make the required encryption and decryption aspects. So this is briefly about the Playfair Cipher. I hope you will get a preliminary idea about the encryption, decryption procedure and how to make the table 5 by 5 table or 5 by 5 matrix. It is the time for us to go for illustrations. Suppose we take the plain text as Hyderabad. So first step what we have to do already, table was created, keyword was there, monarchy keyword we have taken. So for the same table and keyword, we are going to encrypt and decrypt the plain text, namely Hyderabad. First what we have to do, the preparation already, the tables are there. Next step is to be done with reference to encryption procedure is we have to prepare the plain text for encryption. So here first count the letters. There are odd number of letters. So what we have to do, if there are odd number of letters, we have to include filler letter X at the end of the plain text. Now we divided into pairs of letters. HY is one pair, DE is another pair, RA is another pair, BA another pair, DX is another pair. Now we have the plain text which is cooperative for us to encrypt using the Playfair Cipher. It is even number and we have the text. So now we have to encrypt each pair of letters one by one. So first pair of letters are HY. So now HY are the letters rounded with green mark. Now HY are falling in the same row. As they are in the same row, H is replaced by the letter in its right side. So that means H is replaced with Y. What about Y? Y is replaced with the letter B, which is right to Y in the matrix. Similarly, DE. Here, D and E are represented with green circles. So they are neither in same rows nor in the same columns. Hence, we created a rectangle connecting the D, completing the two letters. So as per the other procedure, third rule, D will be replaced by the element which is in the opposite corner of the same row. With reference to that rule, D will be replaced with C, whereas E will be replaced with K. Therefore, the ciphertext for DE is CK. Similarly, coming to the next pair of letters, RA. So, RA are existing in the same row. And coming to R, the right side letter, here the circular acceptance will be done. So, there is no letter on the right side of R. But by taking the circular movement, we will get the right side letter of R is M, whereas the right side letter of A is R. Therefore, R is replaced with M, A will be replaced with R. Next, coming to BA, there in the same column, how the encryption will take to place. Encryption of encrypted value or we have to replace as per second rule, B must be replaced with I or J. Usually, I will be the dominating alphabet will be replaced with I. Next, A will be replaced with B. Coming to the last part, dx. So, they are also neither in the same row nor in the same column. We have to create a rectangle, and here the opposite character of D in the other corner of the same row is B, whereas that is the other letter in the opposite corner of last row X row is Z. Hence, the ciphertext for D is B, X is Z. Now, we arrived at the replacement values, which is nothing but the ciphertext of Hyderabad. Now, the ciphertext of Hyderabad, that is the plaintext Hyderabad with the filler letter X, is YBCKMRIBBZ. Now, we are having even number of letters only, so we can go directly for decryption procedure. Now, we start with decryption of YB. So, YB are in the same row. How to replace the letters? Y will be replaced as per the rule 1 of decryption to the very next left letter. So, Y is replaced with H, B is replaced with Y. Next, coming to CK. So, they are neither in the same row nor in the same column. We have to generate a rectangle, and the replacement of C will be D, opposite corner, whereas the replacement letter of K is E. Coming to the next pair of letters MR, they are in the same row. So, M will be replaced with R, and R will be replaced with the left letter, which is A. Next, coming to next pair IB, I and B are in the same column. So, I will be replaced with top letter. B is replaced with the next top letter, which is A. Coming to the last pair of letters, namely B and Z, to be decrypted, B arrives in the second row and fourth column, whereas Z in fifth row, fifth column. So, they are neither in the same row nor in the same column. It is the time to make the rectangle. After making the rectangle, the B will be replaced with the opposite corner letter of the row D, whereas Z replaced with the opposite corner letter of is X. BZ will be replaced with DX. Now we are arrived at the plain text along with the filler letter X, which is Hyderabad X. After removing the filler letter, the plain text is Hyderabad, which we have taken as plain text for encryption. I hope you are all enriched with the rules to be implemented and preparation of the table for Playfair Cipher with this example in a thorough way. Thank you. Now, it is the time for our colleagues to continue with other illustrations.
Hi, this is Narayan. The previous session take our supervisor, Professor M. Padmavatama garu, will explain the Playfair Cipher techniques and its rules along with the one example. And I also can give the one more of example. And this example can discussing of the procedure of your encryption as well as decryption, and with the word of your hello word, and the basic rule of your ciphertext. For the given of your word can splitting with the pairs of letters. The preparation of your plain text to be encrypted as a hello word, they can write about the pairs of letters. So the hello word can the first pair as a HE. So HE are the both of different characters. So now it is okay. There is no problem. And the remaining of your pair, that is LL. So LL are the both of your same letters. So if the two letters are the same letters, it means LL. Can inserting the filler letter, that is means X. So X is a representation of your as a filler letter. So according to this, X should be representation of your letter after the filler characters, not letter before the filler characters. So our LL is the two of your same letters. So one L should be representation of your first one, and after that we write about as a filler characters. So now can write about your LX, this formation. So it is of your proper way. So not write about as XL. So now the next one pair, they should be indicating of your LO. So finally, if you can before the encryptions, they can arrangement of your the letters pairs. So for the given of word is hello, and the pair of your plain text for the encrypted, they say of your HE, LX and LO. So now can beginning of your the encryption process. So for the prepared plaintext for the encryption, they say of your HE, LX and LO. So these are your three pairs of your characters. So according to these three pairs of your characters, the Playfair Cipher technique should be representation of your 5 by 5 matrix. So according to this 5 by 5 matrix, they are an arrangement of your the 26 alphabet characters. So one should be representation of your IJ formations. IJ formation. The remaining can should be placed on your 5 by 5 matrix formations. Now they take off the first pair, that is of your HE. So HE first identified by your given the matrix. So H is indicating of your the second row as well as second column, and E is also can identified by the as a third row first column. So here is the rule: the H and E is not in the same row or maybe same column. So both are will be indicating of your the different row as well as different column. So in case of the letters will be fall into the different rows as well as columns, then we have to form a rectangle with the two letters and replace the letters of the same row at the opposite of the rectangle. So now should be right about the rectangle formations. So here the rectangle formation is nothing but should be connecting of your the two identified the characters. So should be as important. So now can make form of your rectangle box. So according to this rectangle, the form of your H and as well as E inside of your rectangle formation. So now they identified by the opposite corner letters. So the H opposite corner is C. So C can will be as identified. So according to the C, it should be replace with the H place. So from your given the table formations, now can write about as a C. And E is also identified by the same within a rectangle formation. The opposite character is F, and F should be as identified, and is also F is replaced with the E from your given the table. So now can write about the E formations. So now complete of your the first pair, and now you can take the second pair, that is of your LX. So LX is also can identified by the given the 5 by 5 matrix. So L is identified by the fourth row first column, and X identified by the fifth row and fourth column. So here is also the same process, not in the same row as well as same column. So that's why can draw the rectangular box. According to the rectangular box, they can including of your the multiple of your characters. Now can indicating of your the edge of the characters, that is corner of the opposite characters. So the L opposite character is indicating of your S. So S should be as identified. S should be as take of your identified. So S is replaced with the place of your L from the given of your table formations. Now X the opposite character. X opposite character is U. So U should be as identified. So U also replaced with the place of your X. So it is over of your the second pair. Next you have to consideration of your LO. So LO is also can identified by the given matrix. So L is identified by the fourth row first column, and O is identified by the first row second column. So not in the same row same column. So every time they check with as a same row or maybe same column. So in case of the same row or maybe same column, should be right about is their right and as well as their below characters. But the both are will be different. They choose form of your rectangular box. So the L opposite characters, that is indicating of your P. So P should be as identified, and P will be replaced the place of your L, and O should be opposite character is M, and M is identified. So M is also replaced the place of your O. So finally if we can getting of your all pairs is over. So finally if we can get the ciphertext, that is of your CF, SU, PM. According to this three pairs, they replace it as a this one is. According to this, our prepared plain text for the encryption, and this is the getting of your ciphertext, the completion of your encryption process. So now can beginning of your decryption process. So the decryption process as an input of your the ciphertext. So now can give off your the three pairs of your ciphertext, one of your CF and one more of your SU and one more of your PM. So according to this CF, they can identify by the given of your 5 by 5 matrix. So C is indicating of your second row first column, and F is also indicating of your third row second column. So it is not the same row. Same logic as follows: either encryption or maybe decryption, they check it is. So not in the same row. So that's why if we can draw the rectangular box, so they can find out the opposite corner letters. So C opposite corner is H. So H is identified. H is a replacement of your C, and F opposite character is E, and E should be identified, and E also replace the place of your F. And similarly SU. So SU also can identify by the given the 5 by 5 matrix. S is indicating of your fourth row fourth column, and U is indicating of your fifth row first column. So it is not in the same row. So that's why if you can draw the rectangular box, and S opposite character is L, and L should be as identified, and L is a replacement of your S, and U opposite character is X. So X is also identified, and X is also replaced with place of your U. In finally the PM. So P is also identified by the given the 5 by 5 matrix, and in the fourth row second column, M is also can identified by the first row first column. So it is not in the same row. So that's why I can draw the rectangular box. So the P opposite character is L. So L should be as identified, and L also a replacement of your P, and M opposite character is O, and O identified, and O is a replacement of your M. So the final if we can getting of your all the pairs will be over. So now we can consideration of your the final decrypted text. So the plain text with the filler letter of your X, they can say of your HELXLO. So when the remove of your the filler letters, the plain text after the removing filler letter X, they say of your hello. So finally if you can get of your hello word, it can come from your the ciphertext of your CFSUPO. So now can complete the this example. Okay, so now can take off your one more of example. This example is also can do the Playfair Cipher technique, and the word is the plain text word is bell, and how to the preparation of the plain text as a encrypted formations. So according to this word, they can split the plain text into the pair of letters. The first process can do of your our plain text, that is of your bell, and the BE is also indicating of the first pair, and the next pair they can indicating of your LL. So if the two letters are the same letters, they can inserting of your filler letter with the X formation. So according to this, LL is end of your word, and there is no more of your words. So now can if you can inserting of your the filling letter X, that is of your LX. So after the only can space of your L. So now check the rule. If you can pair of your all the letters formations, no one can indicating of your single letter formations. When as inserting of your filling letter from your the first place, that is of your LX, after only can indicating of your L only. So after that the end of your the portion is also can add of your one more of your filler characters. So that is can do of your LX. So now after that they can adding of your one more the LX formations. So now can completing of your preparation of your the plain text to be encrypted. So now can start the process of your encryption. First, if you can arranging the pair of your characters in proper way, after that they can start the process. So here is also can representation of the 5 by 5 matrix, and according to our prepared plain text to be encrypted as a BE, LX as well as LX, and the first BE pair I have chosen, and the B can identified by the given of your table, and it is indicating of your second row fourth column, and E is also can indicating of your the third row first column, and it is not in the same row same column. So that's why if we can choose the a different row different columns, they can draw about the rectangular box, and this rectangular box the opposite of your character as a B as a C, and C can identified, and C should be replacement of your B place. And now E opposite character is I. So here is the place of your IJ is a 2 of characters. In the previous, if you can take off your B is opposite character C. So C write about this. But in the case of your E, the opposite character is opposite corner character is IJ. So what I can selection either I or maybe J. So here is the taking of the frequency of your letters, and I frequency can indicating of your the 6.6996. So it is the frequency of your I character for the pronouncement of your English formations. And the J character, it is a lower frequency, that is indicating of your 0.9153. It is a lower frequency when as a pronouncement of your I, when as a pronouncement of your J. So I is indicating of higher frequency, J is indicating of your lower frequency. So in this case, I choose the E opposite character as I, because of it is a higher frequency. So that's why I can take off your it is a higher frequency. So now can consideration of your as I. So I should be as identified by the E opposite. So E is a replaced of your I character, and over of the first pair, and say come to the second pair, that is of your LX. So L is also can identified by the given the matrix, that is of your fourth row first column. X is also can indicating of your fifth row and fourth column. So now can draw the rectangular box. So now can identified by the L opposite character, that is of your S, and S should be identified, and S is a replacement of your L, and S X opposite character is U, and U should be replacement of your X. So that write about as formation. So the next pair is also similar of your LX formations. Next pair is also LX, that is of your common. The previous will be taking of your similar formation. Now can identified by the L and identified by the X. So L opposite character is S. So S replacement of your L, X opposite character is U, and U should be identified, and U also replacement of your X. So finally, if you can getting of your all the pair is over, and finally if you can getting of your the ciphertext. The ciphertext will be getting of your CISU. It is the finally getting of your the ciphertext. Now can begin the process of your decryption process. So here is the decryption process also similar formations. Now can identified by the first pair, that is of your CI from your given the 5 by 5 matrix. So C is indicating of your second row first column. I is also can indicating of your the third row fourth column, and C makes draw the rectangular box, and C opposite character is B. I opposite B replacement of your C. I opposite character is E. E also replacement of your I. And similarly, one more of your page, that is of your SU. S can identified by the given matrix. So from your fourth row fourth column, and U is also can identified by the fifth row first column, and is not in the same row. So that's why if you can draw the rectangular box. So S opposite character is L. So L is a replacement of your S, and U opposite character is X. So X is identified. X is also can replacement of your U. And similarly, if you can take the same process, that is means the pair of your both of same SU and as well as SU. So S can identified by your fourth row fourth column, and U also can identified by the fifth row first column. So make draw the rectangular box. So S is opposite character is L. So L should be replacement of your S, and U opposite character is X. So X is also replacement of your U formations. So finally, if you can getting of your the plain text, that is of your cipher with the plain text BELX. So now the plain text can filler letter will be removing. So the plain text after the removing the filler letter, that is of your X. So now can getting of your bell formations. So according to your ciphertext, that is of your CISU, and finally if you can get the our plain text, that is of your bell. So now can completing of the session. Thank you.
Hi everyone, this is Dr. Sandhya. Happy to be part of this YouTube channel.
I'm here to explain the last example in this topic. Now, we are going to encrypt and decrypt the plaintext India. So, first we have to pair the letters in the plaintext like IN, a pair, first pair, INDI is the second pair, INDIA. In the third pair, we have a single letter, but Playfair Cipher technique supports only pair of letters. Hence, a filler letter X should be added at the end. So the plain text to be encrypted is INDIAX. So now we'll start with the encryption procedure. So the first pair is IN. I is in third row, fourth column. N is in first row, third column. So the letters are neither in the same row nor in the same column. As per the third rule, we need to wrap them on a rectangle. Now, I is replaced with the opposite corner letter, that is G, and for N, the opposite corner letter is A. The second pair is DI. D is in second row, fifth column. I is in third row, fourth column. Here also, the letter in the pair are neither in the same row nor in the same column. Follow the third rule, wrap them in a rectangle. Now, D is replaced with the letter to its opposite corner letter B, and I is replaced with the opposite corner letter K. The ciphertext for DI is BK. Coming to the third pair is AX. A is in the first row, fourth column. X is in fifth row, fourth column. Since the pair of letters are in the same column, so we'll apply the second rule of Playfair Cipher, that is A is replaced with a letter just below it, that is B. X is replaced with the letter just below it, but there are no letters in the next row of the matrix, hence X is replaced with A. The ciphertext for AX is BA. Now we'll see the decryption process for the ciphertext GABKBA. The first procedure is to pair the ciphertext. GA one pair, BK another pair, and BA is the third pair. Here we follow the decryption rule, just reverse to the encryption process. Okay, so take the first pair, that is GA. G is in third row, third column. A is in first row, fourth column. Since both the letters are not in the same row or same column, the third rule applies here. So, form a rectangle and replace G with the opposite corner letter, that is I, and for A, it is N. The ciphertext for GA is IN. The second pair is BK. So, B is in second row, fourth column. K is
in third row, fifth column. The third rule will be applied over here. So form a rectangle, replace B with the opposite corner letter, that is D, and replace K with its opposite corner letter I. The ciphertext for BK is DI. The third pair is BA. B is in second row, fourth column. A is in first row, fourth column. So both the elements are in the same column. Apply the second rule of decryption. That is, replace B with its immediate above letter, that is A, and replace A with the immediate above letter, but there are no rows above A. So we'll be taking circular shift and replace A with X. Now the plain text with the filler letter is INDIAX. So remove the filler letter to get the original plain text. Now the plain text is India. Thank you.